UNFFE, in collaboration with ATEC Consults, is implementing a project being funded by UCC for enhancing ICT adoption, service delivery, content, and digital skills for smallholder farmers. As part of digital skilling, the project team has embarked on conducting training to enhance the skills of farmers in order to improve the yield for smallholder farmers. In this course, farmers will learn about commercial aquaculture, that is, the rearing of aquatic animals like fish and plants under controlled or semi-controlled conditions, profitability for food and other uses. Farmers will learn about the background of aquaculture in Uganda, the key stakeholders in the subsector, opportunities and benefits of aquaculture in Uganda, how to do large-scale aquaculture. Key stakeholders of aquaculture: private sector service providers, producers, farmers and farmers associations, providers of public goods and services, middlemen, that is to say, traders and transporters. Factors that favor aquaculture: a favorable climate, availability of water resources, inputs for fish farming, there is a high demand for fish, existence of institutional and human capacity. Benefits of farming fish: fish is nutritious. There's a good utilization of resources. It is climate smart. It is a good income generating enterprise. There is greater ability to tailor production to meet market requirements. It is socially acceptable. Module 1: Basic requirements for commercial fish farming in Uganda. This module explains the preliminary assessments and basic steps for establishing successful commercial aquaculture. Why do a preliminary assessment? A preliminary assessment is done to establish the following: the potential market for your fish, the sustainability of the proposed site, access to inputs and services, legal requirements for establishing and operating the enterprise, feasibility and potential viability of the enterprise, guidelines and regulations for commercial aquaculture, certificate of approval of environment impact assessment, waste discharge permit, aquaculture establishment certificate, fish seed production certificate, cage culture permit, construction permit, drilling permit, groundwater permit, surface water permit, fish transfer permit, fish movement permit, fish import/export permit, fish sanitary certificate, and Uganda National Council of Science and Technology permits, UNCST. Module 2: Establishing a fish farm. A fish farm is a commercial facility for raising fish for human food and other purposes. There are various units within which fish can be grown, including tanks, ponds, cages, pens. Factors to consider when selecting a site for fish farming: production objectives, environment and socio-economic factors, topography, hydrology and weather pattern, soil characteristics, water quality. Fish ponds. Ponds are impoundments made to contain water for rearing aquatic organisms like fish. The costs of pond construction, maintenance, production, and lifespan of ponds depends on the site characteristics and quality of construction. A well-constructed pond should fill and drain about a week to avoid plants and predators, establishing before fish are stocked. Hold water at an average depth of 1 meter during the entire production cycle. Enable water quality management during production. Be protected from erosion and flooding. Easy and safe for personnel to undertake their daily management tasks and access. Guard against entry of predators and loss of fish. Site selection. An ideal site for fish ponds should have a gentle slope of about 2% to allow ponds to fill and drain by gravity. It should have soils that are impervious to water. It should be situated above the water table and not within the wetlands. It should be free of rock outcrops, large trees, and roots. It should be accessible. Ownership of the land should be assured. Assessing the suitability of soils for pond construction. Soils that can maintain their form have a relatively high plasticity and can retain water after compaction are the best for fish ponds. The following soil types are recommended for pond construction. Soil with a clay content of above 30%. Loam soils are a mixture of clay, sand, and silt. The following soils are not recommended for the construction of earthen ponds: sand, silt, humus, black cotton soils. Constructing ponds. The major steps in pond construction after determining the site are: prepare the area to construct the pond. Mark out the pond inlets and drainage. Construct the core trench. Construct the dam wall or dike. Construct the harvest basin. Construct the outlet. Construct the inlet. Level the pond floor. Plant grass on top of the dike. Fish tanks. Aquatic animals and plants can be raised in tanks. Tanks are described based on their shape. They can be circular, rectangular, or conical. Function. It's a hatchery, grow out, aquaria, or holding tank. Size. It's a trough, small, medium, or large. Material. Material they are made from can be plastic, fiber, glass, concrete, wood, metallic line. Fixed or portable. Fish cages. A cage is a container made of mesh for rearing or temporarily holding aquatic animals within a water body. Cage types. We have fixed cages, floating cages, submersible cages, submerged cages. Module 5. Fish feeding and nutrition. Why is it important? The objective of feeding fish is to provide them with the nutritional requirements for a good health, optimum growth, optimum yield, and minimum waste within the reasonable cost so as to optimize the profits. Every farmer should be particular about the quality of the feed fed because it determines the nutrients, loading, and carrying capacity of the production unit, the growth rate of the fish, the economic viability of the enterprise, the health status of the fish, quality of the flesh at the harvest. Nutritional requirements of fish: proteins, dietary energy, fats, carbohydrates, fiber, minerals, and vitamins. Types of fish feeds. Natural feeds. Natural foods comprise of aquatic plants and animals that fish in the wild eat. They include zooplankton, benthos, phytoplankton, detritus, bacteria, worms, insects, snails, microphytes, amphibians such as frogs, and fish. The abundance of fish production systems depends on the water productivity. Supplementary feeds. These are administered to compensate for the natural deficit from feeding natural food that arise as fish grow larger in the fertilized ponds. Complete feed. These are factory made and contain all the necessary nutrients for optimum growth and health. Module 6. Post-harvest handling and processing of farmed fish. This module provides guidance on how farmed fish should be handled from harvest to market. Fish quality. Fish quality is a combination of fish food safety, degree of spoilage, consumer preferences at the market. Fish processing. The following are the major aquaculture products: live fish, fresh fish, chilled fish, frozen fish, smoked fish, and dried fish. Module 7. Marketing of farmed fish. The final step in commercial fish production is selling the fish produce and products profitably. This involves identifying the best market opportunities and meeting market demands as the market requires. Marketing involves getting the attention of your customers, creating awareness about the products, motivating customers to make the buying decision, convincing them to buy and use the product. Collective marketing. Independent smallholder farmers can secure a large market and obtain economies of scale if they form clusters and associations. Such an arrangement enables them to synchronize their production to ensure that the market receives quantities it demands consistently throughout the year. Producer groups can also set and maintain standards among themselves to improve the assurance of the products. Bulk purchase of inputs, which improves profit margins. Obtain collaterals, thus improving access to finance. Access and procure technical services. Aquaculture as a business. The objective of running aquaculture as a business is to make a profit. Profits must be made by continuous monitoring of the enterprise and planning to overcome the many challenges and risks. A farmer needs to consistently keep records for evaluation purposes, as analyzing records enables the business decision-making process. The following records should be kept: production records, marketing records, financial management, enterprise budgets, cash flow analysis, risk analysis, among others. Be sure to watch more videos in this series about commercialization of agricultural enterprises. Here are our partners.